What's good, guys? It's UFC 303 fight week. Got some dogs. My 5 most confident picks of the week with my lock of the week. Got some dogs in there. If you guys can, like the fucking video. We're going to get into it. Amazing card. Card is more stacked than it was prior to McGregor. But without further ado, guys, my most confident picks. Let's get it. Rey Susaira, he trains with Tai Sutaira. He's a very good prospect in the division. He's making his UFC debut this weekend, and I think he's going to win this fight. And not only do I think he's going to win this fight, but I think he's going to finish it inside the distance. And I think he's going to put the division on notice, man. He's a prospect, 9-0, undefeated, trains with Tai Sutaira, and he comes from I believe his road to UFC or Dana White Contender Series, but when you look at the way he performs, man, it's very, very impressive, the things that he's able to do. Yeah, this is road to UFC, my bad. Tai Sutaira actually won road to UFC, so that's why he's making his UFC debut. Not Tai Sutaira. Sayura. Rey Sayura is one of my most confident picks of the week. And I think he finishes Carlos Hernandez inside the distance, but he also can win a decision. So I'm going Rey Susaira. Next, confident pick, Gillian Robertson, however you want to pronounce it. I think she faces Michelle Waterson this weekend, and I think she's overall better. And not only do I think she's better, but I think she's faced tougher competition, and his grappling is insane. The only thing you have to worry about is whether Michelle's takedown defense is very good or on point. I think her grappling is really good, and her record shouldn't speak for her skill set. She has very good inside entries, and let's just look at it. She was supposed to fight Montella de la Rosa in a grappling competition. So it's pretty cool when you see her, and then not only that, we have her submitting Rodriguez right here. She's very fast at jumping an armbar. Not only is she very fast at jumping an armbar, but she can switch positions and maintain top control. And I think she's going to probably get a dominant performance, if not a finish, on Michelle Waterson. And this person says that she didn't tap, but we can clearly see that she's tapped. Wait a second. She actually didn't even tap. Bro. She didn't even tap. But it shows that armbar was actually really sinking, and it shows that she has a very good BJJ game. She jumped on it quick, very good. That's the ref's fault right there. Of course, that's Keith Peterson. And my lock of the week, let's get it. Charles Jourdain. I think he's going to win this fight. He faces Gene Silva. Not only does he face Gene Silva, but he has lost to Shane Woodson. In my opinion, 30-27. He got completely outclassed, but Shane Woodson is very long and very difficult to deal with, and he wasn't able to complete his takedown entries. He failed a couple of them. I think Charles Jourdain is going to make a better performance on Gene Silva, and I had Gene Silva for my early prediction video, but after seeing tape and footage and watching, I think Charles Jourdain is a perfect matchup for Gene Silva, and I think he could win this not only 29-28 by decision, but also I think he might hurt Gene Silva. So this is my first pick for this week. Charles Jourdain, lock of the week. Without further ado, guys, let me introduce you to Charles Jourdain.
I just got no sleep, no 9 to 5. I need my fucking meal. Let me get it, then I'm.
Let's go, Charles Jourdain, lock of the week. Let's get it at a -128 money line. Let's get it. Next confident pick, Michael Venom Page. This guy is a dog. He faces Ian Gary. Some people are very low confidence pick on this one, but I am medium confidence pick on this one. 22-2-0. The only thing that you have to take into consideration is maybe his age and the leg kicks, considering his stance is very wide. He faces Ian Gary, and he has a very tough competition, but we have to see how he does. He has very good grit. After watching tape footage, I watched the BKFC against Mike Perry, and I know Mike Perry's a completely different style from Ian Gary, but it shows Michael Venom Page's chin, and in my opinion, he was winning that fight until the sudden death. The sudden death is what they gave to Mike Perry, and if it wasn't for sudden death, I think Michael Venom Page would have won and beat Mike Perry. Right here, we have his performance. In my opinion, he was doing really good against Mike Perry until he got hurt, and I think he broke his hand. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. It shows this is round 6 of 6. He can go full 25 minutes. He has the gas tank. It's a three-round fight. I think he's gonna do a great job. And not only that, I think he's gonna have a lot of success. Not only to the body, but also upstairs. I know Mike Perry is a completely different fighter and not as crisp as Ian Gary, but I'm going Michael Venom Page to win this fight. He looks really good. Not only that, my next most confident pick, Brian T. City Ortega. It's 6 picks, so out of 6, this is my least confident pick, but they're all confidence. All medium confidence or higher. So I'm going Brian Ortega. Not only am I going Brian Ortega, I'm going Brian Ortega to win this inside the distance. And I know it's going to be kind of crazy because a lot of people are going to be expecting Diego Lopez to just run through him, but right now it's number 3 versus number 10. Diego Lopez is ranked number 10. I just want to, just make sure of that. Just make sure of his ranking. I think I passed it. All right, let me see. Just to make sure of his ranking, confirmed upcoming bout. Yep, number 10 versus number 4. I think not only Brian Ortega, I think this is a big jump up and step up in competition for Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez has very good knockout power. He finished Sadiq Yusuf, finished Pat Sabatini by KO, Gavin Tucker, lost to Movsar Evloev, which is very good, and it looked very good on his performance. But this is gonna be his 4th fight in the UFC. Actually, his 5th fight in the UFC, so he's fairly new to the UFC, but when you're facing a guy like Brian Ortega, who's number 3 ranked in the featherweight division, one of the most stacked divisions in the world, there's a reason why he's still ranked number 3. And I think his performance against Yair Rodriguez was amazing and speaks for itself. And I think Brian Ortega is going to struggle a little bit, but the reach disadvantage is not that long, and they're almost identical. I have Brian Ortega to win this fight. It's Brian T. City Ortega fight week, guys. And let's show the highlights. This is him against Renato Moicano. It was almost even, 2.5 minutes into the 3rd round. And Renato Moicano shoots him for a takedown, which leads to his own demise. But prior to that, it was very, very even in the striking department. And you could say, maybe Brian Ortega's striking is not all there. And when he fights a guy like Diego Lopez, is going to be in for a rude awakening, but I think Brian T. City Ortega is going to have a lot of success in this fight. And not only that, I think he did pretty good in the striking department when you watch this fight. I know they don't match up that well against each other, but when you see both of them fight, you can tell that this is going to be a banger, man. One of my most anticipated fights, guys. It's not going to load right now. I don't know why, but we can just show a little bit more of the striking exchanges. I just want to show a little bit more of the striking exchanges just because I fast-forwarded a little bit too early. You can see he has very nice uppercuts. He dropped Frankie Edgar with the uppercut. Not only that, he has very good openings, and I know he leaves his chin in the air, but he's willing to go. He has never been KO'd in the UFC, and it's either he's going to finish you or he loses by decision. I don't think he's going to get finished this fight, and I have very high confidence in this pick. It's just that he was getting taken down, he was getting controlled, but I think that Diego Lopez doesn't submit Renato Moicano. I think Brian Ortega has way better BJJ than Diego Lopez, and he should be able to capitalize on it. Very good scrap if you guys want to watch this fight. This fight was very good. It was very, very close, and he arguably maybe could have lost that if it went to the distance, but he was able to show his perseverance, his resilience, and get that submission. Not only did he show his resilience against Moicano, but he shows his resilience time and time again against Max Holloway, against all these guys, and I think Brian T. City Ortega is a really good underdog for this week. So my least confident pick out of all the 6 picks, but I have Brian T. City Ortega to win this fight and beat Diego Lopez at UFC 303. Next confidence pick, guys, over 1.5 for the main event, over 1.5. But if it's not on FanDuel, I just saw it wasn't on FanDuel, I'm going this fight ends by KO at a -270. If you guys think the over 1.5 will not hit, I think the over 1.5 is very safe, and I think that's why they took it off of FanDuel and they changed it to over 2.5, because over 1.5 is perfect. The first fight went over 1.5. I think this fight goes over 1.5, and I'm actually very confident in the over 1.5. It's just that some bookies don't have it, so I'm gonna go with this fight ends by KO just ends by KO. I'm not picking Alex Politano. I'm not picking Jiri. I'm just picking that this fight ends by KO. And that is my 6 most confident picks. Let's run through them really quick. Rei Susaida, who trains with Taisu Taira. I have this guy to win this fight by unanimous decision or inside the distance to finish Carlos Hernandez. Then we go Jillian Robertson, who's faced Michelle Waterson. I think she's going to grapple her, and I think she's going to be overall better. And Michelle Waterson's getting older, and she's not near the pinnacle of her career. Then I have Lock of the Week, Charles Jourdain. Very good fighter. Had struggled time and time again with longer, rangier fighters like Shane Burgos, Sheen Woodson, but this time he faces a guy who's almost identical to his reach and shorter than him, so I think he will have a little bit more success, and he comes into his own this fight. So that's my first pick flip too. Then Michael Venom Page, the underdog, faces Ian Gary. A lot of people are on Ian Gary, and I think that Ian Gary can get caught. He is the crisper and cleaner striker and has very good leg kicks, but a guy like Michael Venom Page is too quick in and out, and I think he's going to capitalize on Ian Gary and make Ian Gary look like a fool and dance and emo all over Ian Gary. And TCD Ortega, you don't have to go with this one, but I got Brian Ortega. And the last one, over 1.5, or fight ends by KO. You can choose Alex Pereira to win by KO, or you could choose Jiri to win by KO, but I have this fight ends by KO and the over 1.5. So 7.5 minutes. I think that this fight goes over 7.5 minutes. So these are my 6 most confident picks, guys. Drop a like on the video, guys, and let's enjoy UFC 303 Fight Week, guys. Let's get it. Drop a like, smash the subscribe button, and let me know what you guys think of this trailer, guys. Just let me know what you guys think of this trailer. Just gonna make it so it fits. Let me know what you guys think of this. Yes! Let's get it! Drop a like on the video, guys. Let me know who you guys got for UFC 303. My 6 most confident picks and my lock of the week, Charles Jourdain, guys. I know I picked one women's MMA fight, and I know a lot of people are like, bro, why are you going to pick women's MMA? But at least I'm not picking Joe Pyfer as a lock of the week. Let's get it, guys. Drop a like on the video. Let's get it. See you guys in the next one. Peace. Ayy. Yeah! 303.